Okay, I'm live. Oh man, good start. Thanks to anybody watching on the playback. Anyone on YouTube watching this is going to be watching on the playback because I'm trying something different today. I'm going live on Facebook, and then I can download it and then upload it to YouTube. I'm going to try that. Try something different. Today's live, as you can tell by the title, man, I already forgot what the title was, but something about is okay, there it is. The last time I'm answering troll questions. I think I've said it before, maybe many videos ago. I said I'm not answering questions by this idiot anymore because he's so annoying. I'm not even going to say his name. Old OGs on my channel know who I'm talking about, but uh, people say there's no such thing as stupid questions, and I don't know. I don't agree with that. Um, if somebody asks you a question, you answer it correctly, and then they just totally try to change your words around. They're just never satisfied, and they just keep hitting you with more and more dumb ways of asking the same thing. It just becomes stupid questions and from a stupid person. But how you doing there, Danelle? Just going live on Facebook. I don't expect a lot of people to be over here, but I'm not gonna waste a ton of time. Probably this will be boring to a lot of non-beekeeping people. Like if you're just somebody who likes to watch just me messing around with bees or something, this probably won't be that interesting. You know, this is too small. I gotta make this bigger. Um, yeah, it might not be too interesting, but so that's why this is going to be the last time. The person whose questions that I'm reading, I've invited them on to my stream, whatever you call it here. Came on one time. I made a complete fool of him. He looked really stupid. Total coward. Just doesn't have it all together. Can't really face somebody who knows what they're talking about. Um, Ever since then, just been getting bombarded with more and more emails and questions. I invited him on. He didn't show up. This is the last time. So, this idiot watching and everybody else, I'm not dealing with this dude anymore. He can come on. He can come on here, and I'll just walk him like a dog again. Or anybody has that invitation. Any trolls, any jackasses who I talk about, they can come on here. Um, and just have at it. That's fine. Or we can just have a good conversation. But this guy, yeah, this guy's annoying as hell. So let me just say hi to my friends coming in here. Hey, what's up, Chris? Um, so these questions are gonna be, a little bit out there. There's two emails and they're really long. I'm just gonna. I mean, they're. God damn, I can never do this. They're long. See what I mean? So I'll just make this like try to make it like kind of a conversation. I'm not even gonna change this guy's voice because his voice it should sound really stupid. What do you mean? But no, I'm not gonna do that. We'll just start. There's many other emails, but I think I think he's trying to kind of word them in a civil manner to not look as dumb. But he says, "Hey Bruce, thanks for doing that live stream. Some other one that I did. Parts of it were entertaining." Okay, all right. His first question: Why do you insist that mite susceptibility cannot be determined? uh, it's hard to even start. I don't know where I said that. I said that the correlation isn't strong with mite numbers. There's a correlation there, but you can have low numbers and your bees will still die, and you can have high ones and they'll live. So that's just no way to go guessing what's going to happen with them. Um, so that's why I don't even worry about it. I don't worry about it until they're dead. Once they're dead, what are you going to do? You can't breed dead bees. You can't pass on the genetics of dead bees. So it's kind of a self-correcting problem. If they live and survive without me helping them at all, I don't give a shit what their mite numbers are. I don't give a shit what any of the numbers are. They're alive. That's what I want. I want bees that I don't have to do just constant treating to. I'm just not interested in it. I don't know why that's hard to understand for some people, even like the big timers, but I'm not gonna go off go off just yet. Um, there's one sentence. He asks, "Are you claiming that there is no correlation between varroa levels and viral loads?" That's an easy question to answer. No, I'm not claiming that. So, what evidence do you have to support this erroneous claim? Well, I just said I never claimed that. So, this is what you call just straw manning. It's when you, it's when you're in case you don't know, probably some people do know, but if you're in a back and forth with somebody you disagree with, and then you just kind of make up something that the other person thinks when they don't even think that. Oh, so you just want to kill everything? No, like I did. That's kind of, it's just straw manning. Some people fall for it and they get all flustered and they don't know what to say. I just start at the beginning and say, no, I never did make that claim. So anything you say after that is just, you can ignore it. So what evidence do I have to support the claim? I didn't make the claim. So since I've never done a single mite test, I don't do mite tests. I don't count mites and I don't treat. So I don't know. I just don't even worry about it. I don't even think about it. His second question, this goofball's second question. You know what? I can drop the link in here if there's any beekeepers in here who want to come in. Let me see, how do I do this? I like to just leave it open. I'll just leave it open for. Let me just reiterate: beekeepers who want to talk about beekeeping shit. Let me see, paste it. No, I don't give a shit about your dog, your mom, your cousin, none of that shit. But anyway, all right. So there's that. Hey, what's up, Carl? How you doing? So there's a beekeeper there. Let me get to this next question. Okay, so the second question. This is the question posed to me. Do you agree with euthanizing colonies infested with AFB, American Foul Brood? Do I agree with it? I say sure. If you want to do that, go ahead. I don't know. I mean, I don't have any experience with it. I don't plan to have any experience, but if it happens, I don't care. If they really want you to kill your bees that have that, I would go along with it. It's not a big deal. I'm not trying to breed or select for American Foul Brood resistance. I think that there's just I don't know. I don't know if there's a survival rate to that. I think it's probably 0. So it's just silly to just leave bees with AFB. So yeah. Do I agree with it? Sure. If so, let me turn off my notifications before this thing starts making noise here. Oh, so see, he just trapped me, but that's okay. I don't mind getting trapped. If so, why do you not agree with euthanizing colonies infested with a high parasite and disease load? As I've said 8,000 times, a high mite load colony could live or die. That's why I disagree. You could be killing a colony that is totally going to survive, and the ones that you're keeping that have a lower number, you could be keeping them alive and they're just going to die. It's just a dumb gamble to me. Yeah, if you're like a big timer and that's your life and your whole everything, making money off of bees, then maybe it's not a gamble to you. You just want to kill even they don't kill their bees. They just treat them ridiculously a lot over and over and over again. Until they get them where they want them. So if you look at like Canadian beekeepers that they're doing, the famous ones, they're just treating over and over and over with so many things, and a whole bunch of them are going to die anyway. They're going to put them in their little sheds, and they're still going to die. So good luck with all that. I wouldn't euthanize a colony just because it had a high mite load. That's stupid. Let me see. Or a disease load. What the fuck is a disease load? How many diseases? I'm sure bees have a ton of diseases and things that they can have. But I already said I don't give a shit if you kill bees that have AFB. A diagnosed true diagnosis of American foul brood, not just I think it is because I just think it is. So I'm going to kill, or people who confuse European foul brood with American foul brood, and they do dumb shit. They kill them, and then they won't say European. They'll just keep saying foul brood to confuse everyone. That's annoying as hell. And you people need to hit that thumbs up, goddammit, because how is there people in here and there's only 2? Anyway, okay. Let's see. What does this goofball go to say? Would you change your mind if you found out there was a positive correlation between high mite levels, and mite lows? Would I change my mind from no? No, I wouldn't change my mind. Let's just assume that there is a solid correlation between high mite numbers and viral loads. Let's just assume it. Okay, they have a high mite load. I don't know, 25%, and their viral load is 25%. I'm still not killing my bees, you fucking idiot. I'm going to see if they're going to survive on their own, which they probably will. Or maybe they won't. It just doesn't matter. It's called selection. It's not called just gamble because you think you know the correlation, or you make up these weird hypothetical situations to try to stump one person in Pennsylvania. So number 3, this he's citing some of the things that I said in my podcast, my previous live. Something I said was like, I don't consider them crap until they're dead because they can survive. Like I just keep saying, it gets so tiring. See what I mean? See why I'm gonna stop dealing with this dude and why he looks like a goofball coming on my show. They're not crap until they're dead. So when they're dead, what do you have? What do I have? I have nice empty equipment, probably many pounds of honey in there. Maybe not, but at least I got some drawn frames, some empty equipment to go catching some more bees, swarm trap bait, wax. I have the knowledge that I didn't spend so much money and time and just meticulous, excruciating detail and fucking around with mites, with treatments and stuff. So, and I probably, if I have a dead colony, my neighbor could have done all the treatments everybody says, and they got a dead colony. So, I don't know if that's bad. It's not a big deal to me. So then what do I have? I just explained what I have. This individual says you're currently sitting at 50% annual loss rate. So he said that many times in the emails. I never said that I've never said that I have a 50% annual loss rate. I may have said something like 50% isn't a big deal to bounce back from, because it isn't. You can use any even number. If you have 2 and 1 dies, you can so easily split back to 2, and then you can just expand as far as you want to. It's just easy. It's not a big deal. Once you're getting up into thousands and I don't give a fuck about those beekeepers. I don't give a shit about what they do. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about normal people, like just little people that have 100 or less, or more. But it's up to you, man. It's a free country. Last time I checked, I mean, at least for a little while. If half of them die, it's just not a big deal, dude. That's all I say. It's not a big deal. But I think in a previous live, I tried to do the mental, just math of trying to figure out about how many of my bees die each year. And first, I always have to say, you can't compare something that I do with something that someone like Cayman Reynolds or Ian Stepler does. There's no comparison at all, because they're taking monumental efforts, like monumental, expensive, time-consuming, repetitive, just obsessive efforts to keep their bees alive. And look at how many still die. It's a lot. And I'm doing nothing, nothing to keep these bees alive. Nothing. And I average between, say, I don't know, 60 to 70%. 60 to 70% survival over 15 years. Oh, but Rick, what's his name, hasn't lost a colony in 6 years. I don't give a shit. Rick, what's his name, is obsessed with keeping them things alive, just doing so much stuff. So it's really not a comparison. So a number like 60 to 70, that'll sound low to some obsessive person, but it's really not. I have about 80 now. If I don't know, 60 of them died, it wouldn't be a big deal. I would have 80 again in the fall without buying any bees. Anybody can do it. Maybe not this guy who emails me. He can't do it. He can barely do anything. Let's see. So let's see where they were. Oh, so check this part out. This part's hilarious. I'm sitting at 50%. I already told you that's not true. If you were to do absolutely nothing, meaning you stopped importing freshly caught swarms into your operation every year, in 2 years, your entire operation will be dead. So look at that math. Okay, let's just start with 100 to make it really easy. He said that if I lose 50% in 1 year, that takes me to 50. And then if I lose 50% of that in the next year, I have 0. I don't know where this dude went to math school, but let's just say he was right. First of all, I wouldn't be at 0. I would be at 25. That's what 50% of 50 is. Oh my God. So he claims that if I just stop catching bees, stop doing removals, in 2 years, all my bees will be dead. But again, anybody who keeps bees knows what splitting is. How to split your bees to increase your numbers. Also, my own bees, no matter how well you do with splitting, they're still going to sometimes swarm, hang up in trees, and I get those down and put those in boxes. So he's wrong. He's dead wrong. There's no reason to set up this weird hypothetical situation, because even regular treater beekeepers still catch swarms. Like, since who are these people who just like, oh, I just don't catch any free bees. I just won't take anything free because I'm just such a great treater. If that's how you want to be, okay, I don't care. I love catching swarms. I love doing removals. Why the hell would I not want to do my most favorite part of messing with these bees? Just to please some stupid ass treater. I don't give a shit what he's talking about. So basically, in 2 years, at the most, my entire operation will be dead. Well, that's dumb. Would they all be crap to you at that point? Think about it for a minute. So now he's just going on doing this kind of like weird scolding. But first of all, let's pretend he's right. Let's pretend I had 100 colonies, 50. I really can't even pretend. Like, if 50% died, I would have 50. And then what? I'm just going to somehow be stuck at 50. Anybody who has 50 surviving colonies in the spring, you can't keep it at 50. How would you do that? How the hell would you do that? Like, just never let them swarm? I don't know. It's weird. It's just a weird. It's a weird fake situation. This guy doesn't even know about 50 colonies. Let me just skip over all this dumb shit here. 2 years, I'd have nothing. Supposedly they're survivor stock. What are they surviving if they're all dead? Well, they're not all dead. Robin was losing 30% annually in her untreated group. You're losing 50. So this person has a really weird obsession with Robin Underwood. He really needs to get that checked out. She's not a good beekeeper. She's very biased. That whole thing was garbage. I've explained it 100 times. Yeah, I mean, yeah, why pretend? I don't know. This is what my trolls do. They'll make up these weird scenarios and tell me why what I actually do will never work. It's okay. I guess I don't have all these bees right now. I should be pointing my finger. Okay. So let me skip to number 4 here. Something I said in a previous live stream. Again, this guy's at least paying the hell attention. One of my things that I said was that you can't treat your way to survival stock, and you can't treat your way out of the varroa mite problem, I guess, that people have to treat their bees. Because you can't. Like, that's just dumb. That's like, there's so many analogies that are so the problem is only going to get fixed by selection, not by deselection, which is what treating is. And I'm not knocking treating. If you want to treat your bees, I don't care. I'm just trying to put the facts up front here. So he says you can't treat your way to survival. How do you expect to kill your way to survival, Bruce? Yeah, see, I don't know. It's getting a little weirdly hostile here. Survival in selection involves death, just period. It involves death. But obviously it can't involve 100% complete death, or that's not really selection. That's just wiping something out. That's something I never have to worry about because I never have that. Never have wipeouts. I always have survivors. I'm always getting survivor stock. I'm always have way too many bees. So I don't know the point here. I keep telling you there are no European honeybees on the face of this planet that can handle varroa totally on their own. So right there, that whole statement can be just dismissed. That's absolutely dismissible with no consideration. I don't even think I have the best bees. I mean, I may say it, but there's plenty of bees that have been surviving in other. Saying on the whole earth, is he dumb? Has he not listened to my podcast with the guy from South Africa? They haven't treated in like once varroa mites got to South Africa, they did nothing, and then I think 5 years later, they were back to their normal numbers, and they have never used treatment since then. And the whole land, the whole region just thinks we're hilarious, like we're just a bunch of idiots. Let's see real quickly. I keep telling you this and that, blah blah blah. I'd be glad to. Okay, there's no bees on the face of this earth that can handle it on their own. I'd be glad to retract that statement if the treatment-free beekeeping community were to prove themselves right. So far, they've not done that. So, this person, just like many of the people who troll constantly, they have this weird feeling that they're entitled for people to prove stuff to them before anything is valid. And it's just really stupid. I'm going to just quickly scan here. I mentioned to you in previous emails, bee breeders all over the world have created these survival of the fittest apiaries in an attempt to encourage. Yeah. So he just goes on to say something what a lot of people say is something Cameron Reynolds said to me in the comment section too. Oh, everybody's trying to do it and nobody's doing it, but plenty of people are doing it. Plenty of people are doing it, so they're just being ignorant is all it is. They're just like seeing it in front of their face. They don't want it to be true, so they just kind of delusionally just keep repeating the same things over and over again. It sounds stupid. He says that I haven't addressed Cuba in any of my live streams. Cuba just doesn't treat their bees. They never did. You can just Google it. Like, it's so fucking easy. You might find a couple conflicting articles, but for the most part, they're gonna all agree that they just don't treat their bees. And then you'll see some articles of people like probably this guy just assert things that are false. He says they do some type of brood removal. Maybe they do drone brood removal or something like that. So he wants to kind of say the whole country is a treating country because they do drone brood removal. I consider drone brood removal. It's definitely a treatment. It's definitely a treatment. It doesn't select in the correct way. It contributes in a small way to the bees, not the bees, but the mites being able to propagate and procreate in worker brood more than drone brood. Because if you keep just removing mites that breed in drone brood, they'll just move over to worker brood. Not saying that one beekeeper is going to cause the whole selection to move that way, but it doesn't go in the right way. It's still a treatment. If people in Cuba do that, maybe some do. I don't know. But I also don't think it's effective. It's just not effective, or everybody would do it. All these treaters would do that. So that's one thing that is a pretty quick way to just debunk that. Or they'll say brood breaks. Oh, you got to do brood breaks. Well, you all are doing brood breaks. Are you still using like oxalic acid? Yeah, we're doing that. We're also doing Apivar and Apitabs and fucking whatever. Well, then what's the brood break for? That's like nothing. It's not doing anything. But anyway. So this, just realized this jackass had yet another one. I'll just go a little bit more, unless anybody has other questions. I'd be glad to answer like a normal question. Not that I'm the answer of all questions, but maybe it's just like, hey, how's this going? So he says, I hope it went well with you burying the bees, which I also have a burying my bees update. I buried the bees, and you'll have to see the update. So look at my stuff. I didn't put it up yet. Something I want to share with you. You firmly believe, he's talking about me, you firmly believe that you have Varroa mite survivor bees, and it's not just you, but I'm sure several treatment-free beekeepers in Pennsylvania feel that way, and that they've got quote-unquote the bee. I don't know when I said that. I mean, all the bees that I have, well, most of them, some of them are new from this year, but all the bees, most of the bees that I have are bees that have survived like all season, past seasons. Some I've had for damn near almost a decade. Same line of bees. They've never been treated. So yeah, they're survivor stock. They just are. I mean, I don't know what if they weren't, they'd be dead. So I don't understand the disconnect, and I don't treat. So, where's he going with this? You also claim that Robin's study failed because the bees she used for the study were inferior due to the fact that her mating yard, where all the colonies were being kept, were surrounded by too many commercial operations. I mean, no, that's not why. That's not why. That's definitely a thing. That's part of it. But um I really don't want to keep rehashing Robin's study. That was a joke because Robin's always been um, a hater of treatment-free beekeeping from the very first day I ever met her. As I've already explained before, she was giggling and laughing about somebody else in the car about and calling her bees, "Oh, you have magic treatment-free bees, magic survival bees." This is before. This is years before that whole thing. She's always been like that. Always been a treater. And then kind of like looking back, it was so slick to call me up and try to get me to like contribute in some way, and then just kind of never contact me again. She like contacted a bunch of treatment free beekeepers, and then they kind of had no part in it. Just a bunch of treaters going through the motions. Never had any intention of doing a. I don't think she ever had a intention of doing a fair experiment. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know if it's peer reviewed or anything. I don't know why these people keep bringing these things up. The whole thing was a joke. She went from 100 treatment-free colonies down to one in 3 years. You have to be the worst beekeeper on planet Earth to go from 100 colonies down to one. Um, there was nothing. There was no blindness about the whole thing. It was just everybody knew which colonies they were working on. I went there to help a little bit, and after the second time I was there, I could see that there was just no real adept beekeepers doing anything. They were sliding boxes over the sliding boxes and smearing bees everywhere and just making a big fucking mess. And I knew it was a joke, and I got the hell out of there. I wasn't part of it, and just let them just sabotage the whole thing. So without going too far, Underwood's comb project is a total joke. And plus, there's a lot of other information that people don't even know about it that I've never even said on here. Let me see. Let's see. So he says they're inferior due to so what he's talking about, yeah. She had her friend raise 300 queens. Her friend. He raised them on a commercial yard with some bullshit bee that he claimed is like some super bee. All the daughters made it on this pollination yard down south. Then when Robin comes and presents at our club, I say, "How do you know that queen was any good? Did you know anything about her?" No, not really. I just kind of took her friend's word. Really weird. Just a total joke. Like, it was strange. It's strange that people think it was a good study and that she's some authority in beekeeping. She's not. She's terrible. Since you feel you have survivor bees and seem extremely confident that they have no issues with dealing with mites, would you be up for making up 10 nukes using my own stock, having the queens mate in your own apiary for mite-resistant surviving colonies, and gift them to Penn State University for research purposes? Wow. Oh man, how do I put this? Fuck no. I wouldn't gift them anything. They can pay if they want something. They need to contact me and pay full price. Fuck no, I wouldn't give them nothing. Probably wouldn't even sell it to them just because they just made shit bad enough. I'm not gonna let them make it worse. I don't know. I don't really care. Would I do that? No. Like gift them? No. Let's see. Would it also be possible to find 9 other treatment-free beekeepers to do the same, which would mean Robin would have a total of, I don't know what this dude thinks. He's just like making Robin's whole plans. Like the audacity. I don't know if he contacts her and they talk. Who knows? But yeah, imagine that. Hey, Rob, and your friend up in Canada wants me to get all these bees together for you to do something. Do you believe that in the end result, the study would be a success? Um, I don't know. I just don't care. I don't care about people's studies. I'm just a beekeeper that messes with bees here. I do very well. I learned most of what I know just by messing with bees and doing removals. And I don't care about what some white coat is trying to do to solve issues for commercial beekeepers in California and Florida. I don't even know what's their goal to. All their goal is to try to make people who are doing the right thing look stupid, and I don't know. They're just in like an echo chamber. It's weird. This guy says, I know Robin is moving on to part 2 of the comb project. What the hell would that be? And by all indications, it appears as though she's moved on from the comb project part 1. Yeah, I would distance myself from that too. It's total garbage. But if you give her a bunch of free bees to work with, maybe that would encourage her to proceed. Yeah. No. Um, really like to know your thoughts on this. Either express an email. No. Oh, so anyway, let me just I'm all done with this guy, but let me just finish up by saying I'm not answering any more of these emails. I'm not. I'm putting it right here. Putting it right here on. I'm saying it because once I say it, I mean it. I'm not addressing this guy anymore. I've answered these questions 1,000 times. Any more emails are they're just getting deleted, unless in the subject line this goofball says, "I'm ready to come on your show," or whatever you want to call this. Is this a show? What is this? If he's ready to come on my channel and tell me what the hell, I don't know, because that's open for anybody, to any of you master jackasses out there who just like to denigrate people who are just enjoying themselves. Um, come on here. You got the mic. We'll talk about whatever. All right. So if there's only a couple people here. So this was my experiment to just go live on Facebook and then bang, put it over to YouTube, because YouTube is being a little weird over there. So I'm not doing lives over there too much. All right. So whoever's watching, thanks for watching, and everybody on the replay, thanks for sticking around through this long. It ain't even that long. It's only 38 minutes for these really dumb questions. But thanks for watching. Take care.